Welcome back to the channel. I'm Suzanne with Arvabelle. In this video, I'm going to give you 10 ideas of different side hustles that you can try out to make some extra money. Some of these are a little bit unusual, some of them are a little bit more common, but they aren't stupid things like taking surveys, and they're also not things that rely on huge metropolitan areas like delivering for Uber Eats or something like that. They're certainly not get-rich-quick methods, but they are definitely good ways to bring in a few hundred or even a few thousand extra dollars every month. The first thing is sharpening blades. This can be any type of blade. Pocket knives, kitchen knives, saw blades. Usually good quality blades are also really expensive, so it's usually more economical for people to hire someone who knows how to properly sharpen them rather than going out and buying a whole new set of kitchen knives, for example. You can also get creative and see who you could approach to potentially get recurring business. Like, sure, you can go and sharpen Janet's kitchen knives down the street, but what if instead you started doing it for local restaurants or for local wood shops? Janet does not go through as many knives as local restaurants do. That's more business for you and more money in your pocket. Number 2 is growing succulents, houseplants, or cacti. I think it's a good idea to capitalize on current trends, and succulents and cacti are definitely still very trendy. And what's great about this is that it doesn't require a lot of active work. As long as you can plant your plants and just keep them alive, you can sort of just leave them alone until you're ready to sell them. You can sell them at local farmers markets or local fairs, or even better, you can open up a store on Etsy. If you don't want to grow or ship entire houseplants, I've also seen people just sell cuttings, and that's great if you're selling it online because shipping a small plant cutting will cost a lot less than shipping an entire plant. The third idea is to make money by tutoring or by teaching. The great thing about tutoring is that it's totally up to you what you want to teach, what level you want to teach at. If you want to teach 3rd grade math, great. If you want to teach organic chemistry, great. There are people looking for tutors in every single subject, and there are also a lot of parents who are looking for good music teachers for their kids so that they can learn piano or guitar or singing. Basically, you can tutor in whatever areas you're comfortable in and whatever you're good at. When schools get into testing season, ACT tutors and SAT tutors are in really high demand, so be on the lookout for seasonal testing and those opportunities. If you live in an area where tutoring isn't in super high demand or where people just aren't willing to pay for it, you can also tutor foreign children online with things like VipKid. With a lot of these online platforms, you do have to have a college degree to be eligible to sign up for it, but I think that they can be great opportunities to start tutoring or start teaching without finding clients of your own. The fourth idea is to flip items on Craigslist or Etsy. And when most people think of this, they think of just selling random things that they have around the house or random things that they pick up at garage sales. And if you want to do that, great. But it can be a lot more profitable if you choose a specific niche to sell in. This can be especially good if you have excessive knowledge of a sort of random or weird niche that has demand. So, like, I love mid-century modern furniture, and I can go into a thrift store or a garage sale. I can tell if something is undervalued. I know about how much I would get for it, so I know what my profit margin would be. And that same concept applies to anything that you're knowledgeable about. You know, like if you don't know anything about teapots and you don't want to learn anything about teapots, don't try to go and flip teapots. If you become really good at flipping items of one category that you know a lot about, you can make a lot of money. I know people who do that with iPhones or watches or camera lenses. You can really do it with anything. But especially with higher ticket items like watches, you can definitely make a few hundred or a few $1,000s a month if you're actively flipping items. If you have a little bit more money to work with up front, you can get into number 5, which is flipping vehicles. You can flip legitimately any vehicle from a Honda to a McLaren as long as you know what kind of deal you're looking for, as long as you know the costs and damages associated with the vehicle that you're buying, and as long as you know about how much you would be able to sell it for in your area. But it doesn't even have to be cars. The same concept applies to boats if you live near a lake, or tractor equipment if you live out in the country. You can really do it with any vehicle or large piece of equipment. Number 6 is selling political themed merchandise. The key to selling any merchandise is to sell something that people are either very passionate about or very opinionated about. And people are very, very passionate and opinionated about politics. Anytime within the next year or so is going to be a very good time to do this because presidential campaigns will start ramping up. And no matter who or what you support, you can just take the middle road and make money from selling political merchandise. Think about what you see people using around election time and what items you think would sell. So usually you see a lot of bumper stickers, maybe mugs. I know that on college campuses, it seems like everyone has stickers that they put on their laptops or pins that they put on their backpacks. And think about also what people have when they go to political campaign speeches or when they go to protests. T-shirts, hats, signs, water bottles. I don't know, you can sell anything. Going in that same direction, but with a slightly different approach, you can also help with local campaigns. This could be for city government, for district attorney, for, I don't know, a school board or a committee that your neighborhood or your city has. If you're good at web design, you could help put together their campaign websites. If you're good at taking videos, you could help film campaign material. Or if you're good at graphic design or writing, you could help them write articles or make marketing material, maybe design those annoying little door hangers that they leave or the signs that they put at polling locations or in people's yards. And same thing with merchandise. If they are making their own, you can either help design it or help them find a way to produce whatever they are wanting to make. Number 8 is helping out elderly people. A lot of times with elderly people, their family either doesn't live nearby, or if they do live with their family members are at work during the day and there's no one home with them. A huge need is meal prepping for them. So think about the type of thing that like Meals on Wheels does, but a lot of older people have very specific dietary restrictions, and so they need their meals and their food made specifically for them. But you could also get paid to do anything from running errands for them to picking up their medication or making sure that they take their medication on time, cleaning up around their house, or just doing yard work or housework that they are not able to do. This one's nice because you get to help someone out and make a little money doing it too. Number 9 is selling textbooks on Amazon, which is a tried and true method that I loved doing. I would do this in high school and in college. At the end of the year or the end of the semester, I would go and buy textbooks off of people for anywhere between like $20 and $50. Sometimes people would just give me their textbooks for free because they were moving or they just didn't want them or didn't want to go through the hassle of reselling them themselves. I'd sit on them for a few months until school started up again, and then I would resell them on Amazon for anywhere between $100 and $300. For a $20 to $50 investment, that is a huge return. The strategy for flipping textbooks is really all about timing. They're going to be the cheapest around May, June, like end of the school year, early summer, and you'll be able to get the most for them in August, or even better, a couple of weeks after school has already started. The procrastinators haven't bought their books yet, and by then the school bookstores are completely out. So, supply and demand, my friends. Supply and demand. Number 10 is a little bit odd, and I've never seen it mentioned anywhere, but it's in demand, and that is photographing raw land. Real estate photography is pretty competitive, and like obviously you have to have a picture of your house to be able to sell it nowadays, but photography with raw land listings is a little bit less common. A lot of times with these listings, they'll have this blurry screenshot from Google Earth of like this much of a tree from 2 streets over, and you're like, I have no idea what I'm looking at. Or even better, and this is so common, it'll be a Google Earth screenshot, but it's the ground. They're not showing you anything, it's the ground. If you have a camera and you think that you can make this land look better, or even better if you have a drone and you can take some overhead shots of the area of land, you can make some really good money doing that. Sometimes the land that's for sale will just be really ugly and there won't be much that you can do with it, but in my opinion, any professional looking photo is better than just a Google Earth screenshot of the ground. I think all of these can be great ways to earn a little bit of extra money. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel for more videos on money and mindful living, visit our blog, arvabelle.com, follow us on Instagram, and I will see you in the next video.